Welcome back to Greene After Hours.
What's
Doing
up?
a little bit of a reboot here, you know, like Marvel, DC, that's what's new. Let's take 30-year-old franchises and fucking put a fresh coat of paint on them. And so that's what we're doing here. A little bit of a new beginning, you know.
New setting.
New setting.
Very nice.
New quality. We're trying to, you know, reach the masses here.
Obviously, we still got stuff to do, like at Mike Sands, but it's gonna
It's
be
a step
great.
in the right direction.
Hell yeah!
So nice. What's going on?
We've just been chilling, working. I want to get more into reading manga. I have like a list now of manga that I want to read.
Yeah, man, it's such a beautiful art form because comic book, like, I mean, I've always liked comic books, you know, like, but the thing about comic books, American comic books, is they just get so convoluted and confusing, and then it gets to the point where even if you're reading like a particular storyline, it's not canon, it's not relevant to anything.
Yeah,
so but a manga is one complete story, beginning, middle, end. That's awesome.
Yeah, American comics, or at least mainstream ones, they try to tie into like a bigger thing. But with manga, it's more common to just have one story.
Yeah, and I feel like movies kind of fucked up comic books now. Like if you look at Marvel, all the characters now look like their movie counterparts. So it sort of sucks because, you know, the comics inspire the movies, of course, but I feel like now it's like, okay, the movies are what's popular, so we have to make it look exactly like the movies, but then it kind of takes away the uniqueness of comic books.
Yeah, so they do it now with video games too. You saw how they changed the SpiderMan Peter Parker's model to look more like Tom Holland.
I hated that, man.
I didn't really mind, but I saw what they were doing.
Yeah, it's like, it's one of those things that it's like kind of inconsequential. I guess it fuck up the gameplay. By the way, that's coming to PC. That's fucking, I can't wait for
August.
That. Yo, so you can play that on PC with any frame. Imagine that in 144 hertz. Ooh.
It's probably not going to run that at that high, though.
Yeah, but, you know, modders always find a way. But yeah, like we were talking about, they try to make him look like Tom Holland, and it's a small little thing, or you think it would be a small thing, but it's just, why? Like, you had a perfectly fine model, and it's its own universe. There's nothing wrong with having a different, like, take on the character, you know, and different mediums. You don't need everything to be, I guess they want like a unified brand image, you feel me? Like they want everything to look the same and be like, okay, if you're playing the game, he looks like he looks in the movie. But obviously it's a whole different story and characters, so why do that?
Man, that game was so good.
That game was like,
it was one of the best Spider-Man.
I'm not going to say it was a masterpiece, because of course it has its flaws, but it's very close. Especially because, like, they took what worked from Batman Arkham and just ran with it. Like, they were like, okay, we're going to do that, but for Spider-Man, but, like, we're going to go all out. I can't wait for the second one, man.
Yeah.
That's going to be fucking awesome.
A whole bunch of the PlayStation games are coming to PC now.
Yeah, you know what it is? Sony fucking wised up and they realized, okay, we're not going to keep this exclusive shit going for much longer. Everything is crossplay now, so we might as well just join in, you know. Yeah, and everyone's playing on fucking mobile phones and shit now. You know,
it's a whole market. It's a whole market of people that could buy your game.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I guess it's just software for them. Like they're like focused. Okay, you know, either way we're making money. You know, people are still gonna buy the PS5. People are still gonna buy our consoles. But hey, fuck it. The game's been out. 4 years now? Second one's coming out. Might as well just throw it on there. God of War. Did God of War already come out on PC?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like they're making a whole jump. But I think it's awesome because it shows like they're willing to unify it now. Because even like 5 years ago, it was a whole different, in terms of video games, it was a whole different market. Like you had PC, Xbox, PlayStation. You had the games that would go on each one, exclusive, and now it's like, especially Xbox is just a PC now.
Before you have fucking idiots, well, you still have them now. You have idiots that fucking like, I don't know, don't want other people to play their games, what they see as their games. It's dumb.
Yeah. And then they use it as a thing of console superiority too.
Yeah, it's like, why do you
I'm better because I game on a better box. It's so ridiculous, you know?
And it's grown ass people, bro. It's men in their 30s doing it.
Yeah, well, that's the funniest part.
Yeah, everyone else that's like younger, like our age, they don't care. They just play on whatever they want to play on.
Not even just they don't care. They want crossplay. Like I remember when Black Ops 3 was out, and we were like, "Oh, can we crossplay?" And you couldn't, and it was sucky because it was like, "Oh, that would be awesome to be able to crossplay PC with consoles because we got friends that got consoles, we got PCs." But it was just not an option, and then they made it an option in the future games. But you know, they need to go back and just make everything crossplay. Like just.
No, I don't think they could go back.
I mean, they can't.
Networking.
And people
that would be awesome, though.
Yeah, people aren't playing that anymore anyway.
If they could do it through like a cloud server.
Yeah. Well, okay, that's another can of worms. Is the cloud gaming situation?
No, I mean not like cloud gaming. I mean like have a server that all consoles could connect to.
Yeah, the cloud.
Yeah,
basically.
but cloud gaming is like streaming the game
My
to
favorite
play.
console is the Google Stadia.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Well, I mean, it's a great idea. It's just kind of ahead of its time because not everyone has good enough internet.
Yeah,
to
if you
do
live
that.
in an African village, you're not going to be able to.
Nah, man,
play
not even an African
Stadia.
village. Dude. You live in fucking Wisconsin,
Or
in like a little
Wisconsin.
town that the max internet speed you could get is like 20 megabits.
The Saudi Arabian desert. They probably got good internet there.
They do, probably like near Dubai.
There's probably a motherfucker in a hut right now in the desert in Saudi Arabia, and he has a fucking $9,000 gaming PC, and he's playing Fortnite right now.
That shit connects directly to a satellite.
Yeah, exactly, from space. Fortnite straight to your brain. You think that's the future of video games? Straight to your brain, like in Cyberpunk, the mind. What are they called? They scan something into your brain,
I know what you mean.
And you can like play a movie in your brain. Basically,
it's like it'll be like Sword Art Online.
Basically.
It's like a VR, but you're actually it's full body, where you it's like full body VR.
Yeah, like
where you don't need like controls. No, well, yeah, suit, but then it'll eventually progress to just it feeding information to your brain, and your brain sees.
You don't even need the suit.
Yeah.
You just feel the shit neurally.
And then they control us.
Yeah. But hey, you get to fucking run around.
That's pretty cool. I mean,
play Call of Duty.
I mean, if I like had to be put in a program like where they're testing that, and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna control you, but you know you don't have to live in your regular life anymore. You just live in here. I mean, like, I give that a try.
Yeah, I guess that's the whole concept of the metaverse and everything. Like that's what's really like it's moving toward. They want people. There's actually I saw a video of this fucking guy's already living in the metaverse. Like it's so stupid. Like it's a video. He's like in a simulation, right? And he has the VR headset on, and he fucking wakes up and goes to work and drives to work in the VR, and he's not even playing games. He's fucking like actually living a life, but just in a VR headset.
Can you make money in there? Like real life money?
I have no idea.
Because how is he gonna eat?
That's what I'm thinking. Like what?
Or did Facebook put him in like a fucking containment cell?
No, I mean from what I saw in the video, he lives in like a small little apartment, like in a little room, and I guess he just uses the bathroom.
That would be cool. Like if Meta, that's how their employees like work.
Yeah,
like
that would be awesome.
They let Meta employees stay at home. It's like at home working, but they give you a headset and you work in VR with everyone else.
Yeah, that would be cool because then you would actually be making money and like doing something, but at the same time, it's like you don't have to actually go out and do it. You know, like I actually fuck with that, but to a degree, because then it's like you might get used to that, and then it gets to the point where you just want to stay in there, but. I feel like the technology really has to evolve before we get to that point. Because right now, VR headsets are heavy, they're bulky, the controllers are not the greatest, but like you said, we're going to get to that point where we have the Neuralink, and then you could just tap straight into the thing, and you don't even realize, like, it's a hologram, basically.
From the morals of it, as like the moral standpoint of it, what you said, how people want to be in there, want to stay in there as opposed to like their real life.
Yeah.
But well, if someone's life is like that bad that they would rather be in VR, then like I don't know, who are we to say that that they shouldn't?
Nah, I definitely agree with that, man. Because I feel like I feel like it's not for everyone, but there's people that's for. There's people that want to fucking live in VR, and you know what? More power to them. They should be able to. Like, it's a free fucking country. Like, we should allow people to live in MetaVerse centers, but we shouldn't force it on everyone either. Like, oh, you have to live in the MetaVerse center, or you know. But that's just my opinion. Because I feel like this should definitely be an option.
Yeah, like how, like, you'll have people come into work, like, if they choose. Yeah. But if they choose to stay at home, then they have that. Because the thing about staying at home, the way we do it now, is that it definitely has its downsides with, like, productivity and stuff.
Right.
Because people get lazy in their house because
And what do? They go right on their phone.
Yeah, they're comfortable in their house.
But it's like, if you have a fucking VR headset and you're already tapped in...
Yeah, you feel like you're there, so you feel like you should work. It's like weird.
You remember Google Glass?
Yeah.
And something like that, where like you could check your messages and shit, but in the system. So you're like looking at life, like let's say this is it, and then like, okay, I'm gonna tap into Facebook or whatever, or tap into Instagram, and then you can like look at your messages, or just maybe you don't even have to look at them. Maybe you'll reach a point where it's just you can tap into something and just
with Neuralink.
Yeah, exactly. You can just be there.
Oh my god, this fucking Neuralink. It literally it could literally just be used to make people smarter.
For real.
It's fucking
for fucking, because there are so many
let people
bro.
Like communicate telepathically.
Yo, you know what would be perfect?
What?
Fucking, because you know how many like entitled people there are. Like, so just fucking put them in a program. Put them in the Brownsville program.
Where they get whatever they want.
No. You put them in the Brownsville program. And let them fucking see like what it's like to live that life, and then they might be more grateful for what they have. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, like, you mean put them in a shit situation?
Yeah, so they get more so they can be more compassionate, basically. Like a compassionate program, I guess. So you can actually experience like, holy shit, what's this person's life like? Because we live in a world where. You know, you can't experience someone, like they say, oh, I can't walk a mile in my shoes, for example. But it's like, maybe we'll get to a point where you can actually fucking go into someone's shoes and like live their life and see like, oh shit, like, so that's what it's like for you. I understand you now. We're gonna be more compassionate. And hopefully that leads to a cessation of wars and poverty and shit, because we realize like, oh, we're all human here, and you live this life, and I live this life, but I can literally fucking go in the metaverse and live your life, and you live my life, and then we're like, oh shit, like, you know, I feel like that would lead to positive things. Yeah,
or the other extreme option is putting them in a torture program. Right. But you
like, know what, that's still more humane than actually torturing.
But listen, if someone is like how you said, what you said, someone is what, like entitled.
Yeah.
Put them in a program where they have to interact with themselves and see how insufferable they are. So, like they'll have to interact with a clone of themselves, and they'll just fucking argue back and forth until they realize, oh my god, I'm so fucking annoying.
That would be fucking crazy.
And then they change because they realize how fucking annoying they are.
They get to fucking like see themselves, but like literally like interact, and they're like, wait. It's like having a twin, but it's like you're there in that moment, and it's so interesting. Like when you break it down, because I never thought about this shit. That would be funny. Because when we talk about the metaverse and everything, and we talk about all VR headsets, you don't think about this applications. We think about the video game application.
You could put a racist person in a simulation,
and they're black
with themselves.
And they're like, wait, I'm black in this. Like, you know what I mean? They would actually get to know what that's like.
Yeah, it'll be them. It'll be a clone of them. But they'll hate themselves. But their clone will hate them, their race. and they'll hate the clone's race, and then they'll like realize how stupid it is because it's literally you, but it's just the skin color is different.
That's crazy. Like talking about it is like holy shit. Like this actually can have like many like there's so many implications to it. It's not just oh yeah, MetaVerse, you can play Call of Duty, but you don't need the controller.
There's
actual good applications.
There's a more kind way to do it, which is what you said, which is like letting them experience someone else's life. But I feel like my way would be funnier.
Yeah. No, that's fucking hilarious. Because you know what? I agree with you. It's like you get to actually see yourself, but from a third person perspective. Because I feel like as people, we're in our bodies, we're in our mindsets, and we get stuck there sometimes. And so it's hard for us sometimes to see other people's perspectives. So I feel like that's a great way because it's your perspective, but you're like, wait, am I like that? So holy shit, wait, I am like that. Let me fix that. And then you can take that and use it, But yeah, back to what you're saying about torture programs, because I want to talk about that. Maybe that could be another thing. Like, instead of putting people in prison, right, where it's fucking actual horrible thing, just put them in a fucking MetaVerse prison. And then it's like, they're not hurting anybody. They're just in their simulation. Yeah.
Or it'll also be cheaper.
For real, because you don't need to fucking pay for the prison complex and everything. You just, hey, you did a crime. Here's your fucking VR headset.
Or it'll be like that thing in Rick and Morty. Remember, well, I don't know. That's not necessarily
talking about the Roy shit, right?
That's not humane though. But yeah, they like they injected Rick with like this serum that makes him nice.
Oh yeah.
Like it stops him from having any like aggressive impulses.
And it forces him to like behave nice. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I feel like so it's something similar to that, but it's basically like they have to. It's like we were talking about the clone idea, right? Maybe they have to like face their crime. So they go through a simulation where they have to literally face the crime they committed, and then they're like, oh shit. Or, like in Doctor Strange.
Or not even. They have, it's like a it's like, it could be like time manipulation where it feels like you're in there for your sentence, but you're actually not.
Yeah, it's like fucking 10 seconds pass.
Yeah, but you feel like you served 75 years in prison.
That's a fucking great idea. like now that I think about it, because, prison is fucked up, dude. Like,
yeah.
You saw, like, people fucking went to jail for their whole lives for selling drugs. It's like, that's a waste of a life. So why not, okay, you committed a crime. We're going to make you feel like you're in here for a life sentence, but it's only 10 seconds. And then, like, you can come back out like, holy shit, I fucked up. Let me change my life for the better. Yeah. That's not a bad idea.
And then if you just do it again, then you just fucking go through it over and over until you get it. Because you can. Because you could go through, like, multiple 70-year prison sentences and learn. And then if you don't learn, they just send you to regular prison.
For real. It's like, oh, we tried to do it nice.
There's no hope.
You didn't figure it out. Sorry. Damn, man. That's like...
But the thing is, you can't... I feel like you can't let... Well, I mean, you can't let the person know that it's not real. Because then they'll take it for granted. That's a whole other thing.
Maybe it's okay. So going back to the Rick and Morty example, the Roy episode. Maybe it's something like that where they don't realize it. They don't realize it's a simulation, and then they take it off. Like how Morty went through the guy's life, and then he's like, "What the fuck?"
I remember that.
Something like that, and they don't know it, but then they figure it out, and they're like, "Oh shit!" Like, "Oh, let me be better, or let me not." And then you put them in the real prison. That's fucking crazy. Or like war. War is another great example because we fight wars and shit, and it's a loss of life and it's a conflict. So maybe like run a fucking war program. And it's like, okay, if you do the war, this is what's gonna happen, and you just watch a movie basically of like the fucking nuclear devastation, and then you're like, oh shit, like I don't want to live in Fallout, But
you gotta find a way to make.
Yeah, but if you want, you can fucking play Fallout.
The way we're talking about it right now,
play Fallout if you want.
I have no doubt in my mind that it's not gonna go like this.
oh, absolutely. Because they're always gonna manipulate technology for the worst purposes, like cell phones or the internet, which have numerous beneficial applications that
the way we can do it is this is a way for people to also non-violently have a revolution without violence, in a way, because if we fucking force evil people to wear it, the people that are trying to control us, if we force them to wear it and experience it, then it'll probably change them.
Hopefully.
Well, yeah,
because it's not a 100% guarantee, but nothing is 100% guarantee. Like
oh yeah, if they don't change, then we
another program.
Just keep them in there.
For real. But like they won't even feel it. It'll just be a matrix, basically.
Yeah.
But like there's layers of matrix.
True. You want to wrap this up?
There you go. That's why I wanted to get to that.
Oh shit.
So hopefully MetaVerse, we use it for the benefit of mankind.
Yeah.
Probably won't, but hey, we're here. We'll talk about it.
Won't.
If they're fucking putting people in programs, we'll be here talking about it. Stay green. Stay healthy. Stay fucking whatever. Stay in the MetaVerse.
Stay fucking.
And we'll see you on the next episode. Peace.
Yeah.